Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy, if you've never been here before, and if you have, welcome back. So today I have got the most exciting video that I've ever done. You may or may not know, I have my own little independent women's wear brand called Fuchsia Shaw, and I have just released my brand new autumn winter collection. I love this collection. This is my favorite collection I've ever done. Absolutely passionate about these clothes. So I design everything, I source all the fabrics, and then I get it manufactured here in London. I wanted to sit here and talk you through the designs, talk you through a little bit behind the scenes, what goes into making these clothes, what my design process was, what my thoughts behind them were, and show you them, show you the fabrics, style them up for you, and yeah, basically sit here and talk about clothes, which is my favorite thing to do. I am so excited. Yeah, let's just get into it. So my design process started with thinking about what I love to wear. What are my favorite things to put on my body? What are the things that like you style with every outfit and are really versatile and just like cool for this sort of trends that are going on, the shapes that are going on in fashion at the minute. I decided I wanted to design a pair of oversized joggers. So this is my first item. They are oatmeal colored joggers. I've been obsessed with this sort of like baggy jean trouser jogger shape that has been going on in fashion at the minute. Been styling it all year, loads of last year. I wanted to create the perfect shape oversized joggers, but also make them like a little bit luxe, a little bit special, a little bit more refined. You know, they're not the simple average cheap jogger that you can find. So I've gone for this sort of very oversized shape, but kept it feminine with it being high-waisted, coming in at the waist with a big waistband. I think this is really flattering and a nice detail, and it looks great with sort of like tight tops on top if you don't want to go for the full head to toe baggy look. It's also got really nice stitch detail. I'm a sucker for a good stitch detail when designing. And this front piece, so originally it was going to be a popper style opening with like 3 poppers down here. But once I got the first sample back, I realized it was really like an unnecessary extra feature. It wasn't functional at all because you don't need it, because the waistband is super stretchy, so they pull on easy. But I loved the design of it. As you can see, it's got the sort of like cross stitching detail down here, and these are just extra features to make it all feel a little bit more like luxe. Like, I love creating garments, I love garment construction, and so little things like this really mean a lot to me. I also added in this front seam down the front of the leg. It really like elongates the legs, and I think little details like this as well subconsciously add value and quality to them, so they're not just your average jogger. The ribbing detail at the hem is also extra big, like really exaggerated. I didn't scrimp on fabrics anywhere in this collection, and I hate that when other brands scrimp on fabric, so it's really important to me to be extra wherever it felt it needed. So these are the most comfortable thing you'll put on your body. They have pockets on both side seams, really nice deep pockets. They sit really nice and high up on the waist and create a lovely like balloon shape on the leg. Joggers like this look great with like big oversized coats and like roll necks. They're sort of like a jogger that isn't meant to be just for loungewear, for a nice casual, like tomboy cozy look. Basically this type of thing that I love to wear myself. All the fabrics that I've used are kind of special. So this Oatmeal Jersey is super soft on the inside, so it's got a fleecy inside, which obviously is really nice and snug. And what is super cool about this fabric, it is knitted in Leicester, and it is made from, I think it's 48%, oh, I'll find out on the label. Yeah, I was right. 48% recycled rPET polyester, or rPET polyester. So that means it's made from recycled plastic bottles, melted down into a yarn, and then also mixed with 52% upcycled cotton. So that is old cotton that has been made back into a yarn, mixed with the rPET polyester, and made into this beautiful jersey fabric. So the cotton makes it super soft and breathable, and then the polyester stops it from being super creasy and makes it more hard wearing, long lasting, exciting. I love this fabric. I'm so happy to have found it. When I bought it on the website, I gave the guy a call to ask about care instructions, and on the phone to me, he actually told me he knitted it himself in Leicester. Really cool guy who loves like sustainable fabrics and loves like knitting like bamboo and things like that are really eco-friendly. He was just like a really great guy to talk to. He was super passionate about his fabric, so it was really sweet. I'm really leaning towards a neutral colour palette at the minute, and it really goes with so much in the wardrobe, sort of like black, brown, greys, all other neutrals. And I wanted to stick to that because then it's much more wearable and it's got a lot of longevity in it. But they're made right here in London by a team of talented women, and yeah, I love my factory. I will chat a bit more about them. That is the first piece from my collection. To match the oatmeal oversized joggers, I have designed the perfect oversized hoodie. So when thinking about this design, I always find that I often want a really big, really shapely oversized hoodie, but you often have to size up or go to the men's section. There's nothing really catered for that look. And so I wanted something that was gonna be really cozy, structured. I wanted the hood to sit nicely. I wanted it to come below your bum, that really like throw it over anything hoodie. So it is using the same fabric as the Oatmeal Joggers, so it's a really cute oversized matching set. Really perfect winter streetwear inspired look. It's got this huge pouch pocket in the front, as well as Fuchsia Shaw labels. So you might have seen the joggers have the smaller Fuchsia Shaw woven label. Got these woven made in Leicester, and this is a super big one that I wanted. I think it's like, it's not too in your face as sort of like labels go, but it does like represent the brand and just gives it that little bit of interest. I don't think the writing is overly like in your face, nothing like a big slogan or anything like that. It's quite simple, minimal, like the whole vibe of it is quite minimal, and just focusing on fabrics and shape and textures. Again, it's super fleecy inside. I even love the colour of the inside. The hood is double layered. It is double layered for the reason that I love a hood to sit with a bit of structure. So it sits either side of your neck. It like creates more of a silhouette, more of a shape, and the shape of the hoodie itself is quite like balloon shape, tapers in a little bit at the bottom with a lovely super wide rib. I know it seems a really simple oversized garment, but it was down to the wire of me texting the pattern cutter and saying like, I want 2 more centimeters on the hem. I want that moved here. It's got these extra lines through it. You know how I love any extra details. And for me, these lines remind me of, I made myself a sweater quite a few years ago, and my sister, and I made a few of them, like these gray like sweaters. And I added in these lines. They just remind me of the time of like staying in my mum's kitchen when I could only have like dreamt to have been doing what I'm doing now. So yeah, for me, that's what these lines are to me, but they also add great structure and shape to the hoodie. This is my sort of like chuck on, throw on, put it on every day. I want to create things that like you buy and you're waiting for it to come out of the wash because you want to wear it again. One of those, you know? Really special garments that never even go in your wardrobe because you're always wearing them, you know? Great jumpers to be able to put underneath coats, because layering is a passion of mine. I love layering. Something about it feeds my soul. Perfect hoodie for throwing over absolutely everything. And the thing is about these garments is they're all quite special and rare. Obviously my brand is super small, so I have a very small stock quantity. You're not going to run into anyone else wearing these. This next one comes from my love of textures when it comes to design. So I've seen a lot of quilted and sort of quilting techniques and fabrics coming up in this autumn winter runway shows. I have been buying a lot of like quilted fabrics from my own sort of fabric stash that I have at home for years. And once I designed this jogger and hoodie set, I thought, I wonder if I can get the joggers made in quilted fabric. So here they are. I went for this beautiful sort of grey colour. It's not like that really common light grey, and it's not a dark grey either. It's a perfect mid grey. I wish you could feel this fabric because it feels so soft and comfortable. It's got this beautiful quilted texture to it. Like the way the stitch lines sit through it is so perfect. Gone for the black label. which is a bit different. I'm so happy with these. They just sort of say like cozy, textured, quilted. I love sort of pushing fabrics into places they don't belong. Well, I've never seen sort of like quilted joggers like this. Mind you, like bedding and like comfort, home, but also with sort of like a streetwear style look to them. And that's, you know, casual clothes are what I love. You know, it's what fits into my lifestyle, and I love clothes. Wearing clothes I love makes me feel good about myself, because I don't know why. Why is that? I don't know. Sewing, clothes, everything just really like speaks to my soul. I love it all. I think it's really flattering having that pinching in at the waist. Sits up nice and high, but like not too high. I did take it down a few centimeters compared to the sample. You know, I really edited everything, and yeah, I am chatting a load of shit. I hope you don't mind. I'm just like so excited. So yeah, those are the grey joggers. Oh, they feel so good. And of course, I had to do a matching hoodie. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. By the way, this quilted fabric is a lovely jersey. Big pocket, and we've got the big black Fuchsia Shaw. It looks so good. I love these. Love, love, love. I've never done black ones before, and they came out so nicely. I am going to be living in this hoodie and jogger set, both of them, the whole winter. Another thing that really can bother me about hoodies is that like they can strangle you a little bit just here, I find, and I have deliberately made them not do that. Basically, it's been deliberately cut so it just stays just away, so no strangling. It's really important to me that clothes are comfortable in every single way. In fittings, I'm always like playing around with pockets, sitting down, like dancing around in all the samples to make sure that they're comfortable. That even subconsciously, you wear it out one day and you're like, that wasn't comfortable. You're not even thinking about why, but you don't want to wear it again. I don't want to create clothes like that. So these hoodies are £65, and I wear a medium. They all come oversized, even the XS, UK 6 to 16 at the moment. So this next one is probably the most, I don't know why, it feels very, very special to me. I think because I've had this coat in my head for about 2 years now. And obviously coats are very complicated and very expensive garments to manufacture. So I wasn't quite there yet, but this year she has come to life. So this is my cream wool robe coat with a Mongolian faux fur collar. Really, 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 really am into this super shaggy Mongolian faux fur. And I think why this garment is so special to me is, oh my gosh, the struggle of the fabrics. So basically I found faux furs so hard to source, and wow, some of the crap, nasty faux furs that I have been sent that are just like, you know, you wouldn't like, there's Halloween, like panto, not even panto, nasty plasticky rubbish. I ended up finding the wool first in the end, so I didn't really have a colour in mind, but I was just going for any Mongolian faux fur that I could find. I was finding that first, then going to look for the wool. And then I came across this beautiful, I really want to get it on camera because it's honestly so gorgeous, wool. It is pure wool, and it is from a warehouse in East London. So it is dead stock. Basically, I bought the lot and I won't be able to get any more. Literally only got a few of these jackets, less than 50 of each. I had found this beautiful wool and I wanted it, but I needed the matching fur to do the collar. Like after my 10,000 Google search, ringing round, I was contacting every place I possibly could. And finally, I was like, right, one more Google search. Cream Mongolian faux fur. And I found one. Actually, this fur comes from a shop that makes faux fur throws, like interior throws. And I could not believe it when a little sample came and I threw it down on a sample of this wool. Look at that. That colour match is just crazy. I could not believe it. It was clearly like meant to be. All systems go. Rung up the faux fur place. I was like, how much you got? Because I kept having problems with them being like, yeah, we've only got a metre or whatever. And they were like, yeah, we've got it in stock. So I was like, right, see you later. Drove down to London, bought all the wool they had. And obviously they didn't have a lot, so I had to check with the factory whether it was okay that I get a small amount made. It makes the price shoot up when you're getting really small quantities made. Okay, maybe I'm being too dramatic, but like it really felt like it was like in the stars, meant to be this faux fur fabric. And the cream wool, you'll be happy to know that it also detaches. Because I was creating a beautiful wool coat anyway, I thought how great would it be if you basically got two coats in one, and you can take the faux fur collar off, which you can, it's completely detachable, and then you've got this beautiful lapel underneath. Took us ages to get this perfect lapel shape, and I'm super happy with it. It's got 4 buttons and the elastic button loops just here around the top of the neck. That is because we did have the buttons lining down here as well, but once I got the sample back and I wore it, like, you could really see the buttons, and I just hated that. I thought it looked naff, it looked like something was missing, and I thought, do you know what, I much prefer to just have it attached to the top and it drapes down the front. I think that just looks a lot nicer. So it's sort of like having a scarf draped around your neck. That way you can have 2 coats in one, okay? And it might be silly, but one of my favorite things about this coat is it's got a secret inside pocket. Fuchsia Shaw, made in London. It also has pockets in the side seams, because we've got to have pockets. I mean, like, come on. They're really deep, actually. They're really nice and deep pockets. So the factory is based in London. It's a team of women that make them. So talented and really lovely. There's about like 5 of them, and it was really sweet. So when I went to go and pick up the coats, when they'd finally been done, I hadn't seen any of them like completely done. I've seen them like halfway and everything. Like, almost got to the door, and one of the ladies came out and saw me and was like, oh, like gestured, like, look in the room. So I looked in, and they'd lined up all the coats on these 2 rails, and they looked beautiful. And like, I was like, walked in like, oh my gosh, like, they look incredible. And you know when like you can see people like looking for your reaction, and all the ladies were sort of like, you know, obviously like really proud of them because they looked beautiful. And yeah, it's just like one of my favorite coats. This is the second Fuchsia Shaw coat. The first coat, finding the fabrics took so long, and literally months of searching, whereas I think this one was born really quickly. So once I had bought that Mongolian cream fabric, the place that I bought it from, they then sent a sample of every single fabric that they have. I was like, whoa. And one that came out was this. Oh my gosh, I really want it to come up nice on camera. So it was this leopard brown faux fur. For some reason, I just kept coming back to it. I really had dark brown on my mind, because I knew that I could probably get a wool in a dark brown. I could also get a nice grey wool, but I think grey faux fur sometimes looks like grey hair, and I'm not sure whether is that cool? I wasn't sold on it, basically. And then we were searching for a brown wool, buried at the bottom in this warehouse where they do loads of dead stock fabric. I finally found like 1 bolt of it. Everyone in the warehouse is helping us by now. It's like me and my mum doing this. And we finally found, they rang up, and in their other warehouse, they had plenty of stock. So it was sort of like a real quick snap. Boom, I love this fur. Do you know what? It was one of those where it was really quick snap, but it just ended up being such a success. Like, this brown wool is beautiful. I don't know if it'll come up on camera, but it's a lovely chocolatey, really stable brown color. Brown faux fur collar goes with it perfectly. It's another of the removable collars, so you can see the beautiful collar underneath. So it's like, it is 2 coats in one. And of course, the inside pocket detail. But yeah, I don't know, what one do you prefer, the brown or the cream? I mean, I love both. So they retail for £225, which I think is really good considering they're made in London. There's literally less than 50 of them in the world. They are super special garments that are made to last. The pricing is like quite competitive with like And Other Stories, Weekday, you know, sort of like Topshop Boutique, ASOS White, that sort of like affordable luxury. They are 100% wool. They're made in London, independent brand, designer, and you know, you're going to be wearing something that nobody else is going to be wearing. So okay, so these 2 pieces actually are going last because they were the last to be added to the collection. I had a real problem with sourcing this fabric, and I had basically given up. None of these pieces have I brought to life without absolutely loving them, and I am picky. And it is this beautiful wool blend fabric. So it is a shirt and trouser set. Obviously they're sold separately, they are separate garments, but they also were sort of designed to be together. Like, it is a winter fabric, but it's not too heavy. It has got a wool blend in there, so it feels really quality and luxurious. Like, this fabric's beautiful to me. It's just gorgeous. Like, it is a little bit coarse because it has got the wool in it, but I love that about it. And it's sort of designed with a utility style, this whole masculine vibes in mind. You know how I love a two-piece set, and I really wanted to design one for my collection. I think earlier in the summer somebody actually said, like, are you gonna have a two-piece set in your collection? And I was like, yes I am. Everything is still like quality, so it's a button down fastening rather than a popper fastening. It's got these really cool sort of pocket details on the front and both the sleeves. It's not too cargo, instead it's just details. So we've got the sleeve detail, another one lower down on this sleeve, and I love the shape of that collar. We've got this lovely step that I added in like after the first fitting, and these are all sort of things I explained to the pattern cutter. 1 o'clock in the morning, sending her like pictures, drawings, emails, like little like getting measuring tapes out and like saying add 2 centimeters here, add 2 centimeters there, just to make it the perfect sort of oversized shirt. And it is really good for layering. Roll necks with hoodies underneath. This is something that I would wear to so many different occasions. You really can dress up this shirt and trouser set up or down. It has got little Fuchsia Shaw detail woven label. It's a teeny tiny one. I think the last piece, grey trousers. This set is actually my best selling style so far. These are a sort of like wide straight leg trouser. They've got the pocket details on the calves. One's sort of like bigger than the other, and those pockets go across the side seams, which means it doesn't interrupt this beautiful press that we've got going down the middle. I love that detail, really elongates the leg and just brings gives a beautiful shape to the trouser. We've got pockets in the side seam, and as you can see, we've got the tiny woven label again. Hook and bar fastening with a zip fly. Belt loops, in case you need them. Because it has got a little bit of wool in, I know that that does irritate some people, and if you are sensitive to wool, it may not be for you, but personally for me, it really makes them feel quality and special and winter. Sort of almost got a grey speckle effect to it. So these trousers are just great all-rounders. I love them with sort of like jumpers, roll necks, chunky jumpers, thin jumpers, t-shirts. They're a great shape and a really great colour. They have a super masculine vibe to them, but you know, they come in at the waist, they sit nicely on the waist, they're made for a woman's shape. I'm just head over heels for this trouser and shirt set. I'm so glad that everyone's loving it too so far. Like it's almost half sold out, so that's amazing. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching this haul of my own brand, Fuchsia Shaw. I'll link the website, I'll link every piece, including styling items, below this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'm at Amy Fuchsia, and my brand, which is at fuchsia.shaw. And yeah, let me know in the comments below which is your favourite piece from the collection, and like and subscribe.